Hello everyone, welcome back to this channel. In this session, we will start with creating a list. Now we know what is a list. List is a built-in data type. List is a collection of ordered elements, and the elements can be homogeneous or heterogeneous. Okay, now how to define a list? By giving a square bracket or a third bracket. Now how to create an empty list? If I just write this way, a equals to only the brackets and no value, then it is known as an empty list. Now if I run it, an empty list will be printed. Clear? Now next is one dimensional list. First understand the difference between one dimension, two dimension, three dimension. One dimension represents single axis, single line. Two dimension, two axes, length and breadth, maybe a plane. Three dimension means three axes. So let's say length, breadth and height. Now first we will create a one-dimensional homogeneous list. Here 1, 2, 3, 4. This is a one-dimensional list. You can see why homogeneous? Because all of them are integers. Okay. Now if I write print AB, comma, BC, comma, CD, then which type of list is this? This is homogeneous because all the elements are string, same data type. Now if I write print 1, comma, string Python, then this is a heterogeneous list. Why? Because it is containing integer and string also. One integer, Python string. So different kind of data type. Different kind of data type means heterogeneous. Clear? Now what is two dimensional? That means two axes. So here you can see that 1, 2, 3 are integers, but 4, 5 is a list. Yes, a list can contain another list also, because a list can contain any elements, any data type, that is, that may be an integer, that may be a float, that may be a string, boolean, list, tuple, set, dictionary, function, any data type it can contain. So here 4, 5 itself is a list. So this list is containing integers as well as a list. So this is an heterogeneous two-dimensional list. Now if I write print 1, comma 3, comma 2, comma 4, let me give this one. This is a two-dimensional list. That is clear. Two axes. Now the question is, it is homogeneous or heterogeneous? Both of the elements are list. This is also a list. This is also a list. Elements are separated by comma and both of them are list. So this is a homogeneous list. Now suppose I write print 1, comma 1.5, comma 2.53. Now tell me, this is a homogeneous or heterogeneous? This is a heterogeneous because this is a float and this is a list. Now next, three-dimensional list. See here 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 1, 2, 3 is in one-dimensional list. 4, 5, 6 is a one-dimensional list. But they are together in a 2D list. And this is also a 2D list. So this is also a 2D list. And this is also a 2D list. And all of them makes the 3D list. Clear? Now to remember, I can give you a trick. If it opens with a single bracket like this one, this is a one-dimensional list. If it contains two squared brackets, then you can say this is a two-dimensional list. And if it contains three square brackets, three squared opening brackets, same three squared closing bracket, then it is a 3D list. So one 3D list can contain two two-dimensional list. Clear? Next, heterogeneous list. We have already understood that heterogeneous means different kinds of data. Here, 1, you say integer, 2, you say which data type, string, 3.0 float. This is list. Key value we have not studied yet, but this is a dictionary data type. Okay. So a simple list can contain different kind of data type, and that is why it is known as heterogeneous list. Okay. Now I can also use the range function within a list. What does range function do? We also studied this while studying for loop. Range function generates a number. Range of 5 means 5 number will be generated, and the numbers which are generated are kept within a list. Now if I print this, see 0, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 numbers are generated and they are within a list. So by writing list also you can create a list. Okay, let me show you. If I write a equal to list and then I print a, so one list will be created. Empty list. Clear? Now, do you remember the type function? We studied before also. Type function provides us the data type of the variable. So now if I run it, the output will be list because the data type is list. Clear? So these are the way by which we can create a list. Now let's understand how we can access any items of a list. We can do it by two ways. Number one is index wise or item wise. Indexing we have already learned. If I write print L of 2, what will happen? 0, 1, 2, 0 based indexing, or we can say positive indexing. So 3 will be printed. And what about negative indexing? If I write L of -1, it starts from the right side. This one is -1, -2, -3, -4, -5, -6. So L of -1 means 6. So if I run it, the output will be 3 and 6. So this is the way you can access any element of a list. Okay. Now what is item wise? Now if I write for item in L print item, what will happen? It will print 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. See 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So this way also you can traverse a list. Indexing by using the index position, item wise by using the exact items. Okay. Now slicing concept you remember. Slicing means printing a part of a list. If I want to print 1 to 5, it will start from 0 indexing. 0, 1, 2, 3, 4. Last one is excluded. So it will print up to from 1 from Tom to Ram. Clear? What about this one? You can say no starting point means starting from the beginning. So Harry 0, 1, 2, 3 is excluded. Last one is excluded. So Harry, Tom, Rani. See what happens? Okay. Now what about this one? Starting from -3. -3 means negative indexing. -1, -2, -3. Starting from Raja. Nothing in the end. So up to the end. So Raja, Ram, Sam. Now let me run it. Clear? Now you can solve these things by yourself. This one also we have just learned. And our next topic is how to add any item to a list. Let me create a list. 1, 2, 3, 4. Now I want to add 5 at the end. How I can do it? Append function. You remember append 5? That means 5 will be appended to the end of the list. So if I print L, what will be the output? It will give me the list added with 5. Okay. But now if I print L, then what will be the value of L? See, this has been added. So when you are using the function, this is added to the end of the list. But if you try to print in this way, then it will show you as none because the function returns nothing. So you have to print the variable itself. Clear? Next, This one is for you. This is a list. Which type of list is this? Try to tell. Two brackets opening. So, two dimensional. 1, 2, 3 is a list. 4, 5, 6 is a list. Elements are separated by comma. So, just take one element and check which element is this. List. Second element, list. Both of them are list. Homogeneous. Two opening bracket, two dimensional. Clear? 2D homogeneous list. Now I have taken a blank list, empty list. We have just learned how to create. Now if I traverse this item wise, for I in list, for I means first 1, 2, 3 will be taken. This is an element, first element. 1, 2, 3 is taken. Now for j in I, j means first one, the 1. Now 1 will be appended to the new list. Same way, 2 will be appended to the new list. 3 will be appended to the new list. Once the for loop completes, it will go to the outer for loop and it will take the second element of the list. Second element means 4, 5, 6. So once 4, 5, 6 is taken, then again in next for loop. Now what will happen? 4, 5, 6. Now first 4 will be taken. 4 will be appended to the list. 5 appended. 6 appended. Now let me show it to you in Python tutor. See, first list will be created. In the first 0th position, a list 0, 1, 2. In the second position, a list 0, 1, 2. Clear? Now if I click new list, an empty list is created. Fine. Now for I in list, I first it will point to the first list, that is 1, 2, 3. Now for j in I, that means j will be 1, j in I, j in 0th position right now, j will be 1. 1 will be added to the new list. Okay. Now next, again, the next will be added. 2. 2 will be added to this list. See, 2 is added. Again for loop, now the value will be 3. J is 3. J will be added. See, J is added. Okay, now this for loop has completed execution. 1, 2, 3 is completed. Now it will go to the outer for loop. And now I is pointing to the first element. Now I will point to the second element. Because I will be point to the first position of the list. Clear? Now what will happen? Again the loop will start. So J will become 4. The first one. Now J will be appended to the list. Again J will become 5. J5 will be appended to the list. J will become 6. 6 will be appended to the list. Clear? Now the outer loop also has completed execution. Now print new list. This is the new list. This will be printed. See what happens. Clear? Okay. So this is the way you can append a list or you can create a new list where you can put an elements of other list. Okay, clear? Now tell me one more thing. If I write L dot append 6, 7 and I try to print L, what will happen? See, this will be an error. Why? Because append can add only one argument. Append takes exactly one argument. Only one element you can add by using the append statement. Okay. Now if I want to add more than one element, I need the extend. How? If I write 1, 2, 3, 4. And now I want to write L dot extend within a list. I write 5, 6, 7. I want to add 5, 6, 7 to the end of the list. Now if I print L, See the output 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Okay. Now what is the difference then? Append can add exactly one argument. Extend can take or add more than one value. Okay. Now if I want to insert any element into a specific position, then I have to call the insert function. Suppose I want to add 1 in the second position. Okay. So what I can write? I can write insert function. Insert, you have to first give the position number. Suppose I want to add in first position. Instead of 2, I want to write 10 here. So I have to give 1, comma 10. Now if I write println, what will happen? Okay. So in the first position, 10 has been inserted. If I write it 100, what will happen? There will be 100. Okay. So by giving any position also you can insert by using the insert function. So what are the functions we have learned for adding? Append, add any item at the end of a list. Extend, add many items at the end of a list. Insert, by giving a position number, we can insert any number into the list. Clear? In our next video, we will continue the list. Till then, bye. Happy learning.